Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to day number 105. My name is Mary, and today's story title is David is Driven Away. In a little while, Saul's hatred of David made him forget his promise not to hurt him, and he sent men to David's house to capture him. But Michal, David's wife, let David down out of the window, so he escaped. She placed an image on David's bed and covered it with the bedding. When the men came, she said, "David is sick in bed and cannot go." They brought the word to Saul, who said, "Bring him to me in the bed just as he is." By the time the image was found in David's bed, David was in a safe place, far away. David went to Samuel and stayed with him and other prophets, worshiping God and singing and speaking God's word. Saul heard that David was there and sent men to take him. But when they came and saw Samuel and the prophets praising God and praying, the same Spirit came on them, and they began to praise and to pray. Finally, Saul said, "If no other men will bring David to me, I will go myself and take him." And Saul went to Ramah, but when he came near the worshippers, the same Spirit came on Saul. He too began to join in the songs and the prayers, and stayed there all that day and night, worshiping God very earnestly. For a while after this, Saul treated David nicely. But David knew that Saul was still his bitter enemy and would kill him the next time his madness came upon him. He met Jonathan out in the field, away from the palace. Jonathan said to David, "Stay away from the king's table for a few days. I'll find out how he feels about you and will tell you. Maybe he'll become your friend, but if he is to be your enemy, I know the Lord is with you, and Saul will not win against you. Promise that as long as you live, you will be kind to me, and when I die, you'll treat my children kindly." Jonathan believed, as many others believed, that David would become the king of Israel, and he was willing to give up the kingdom to him, even though Jonathan was next in line to be king. Jonathan said to David, "In 3 days I will be here with my bow and arrows, and I will send a little boy out near your place of hiding, and I will shoot 3 arrows. If I call out to the boy, the arrows are away beyond you. That will mean there is danger, and you must hide from the king." So David stayed away from Saul's table for 2 days. At first, Saul said nothing of his absence, but at last he said, "Why hasn't the son of Jesse came to meals yesterday and today?" And Jonathan said, "David asked my permission to go to visit his oldest brother." Saul was very angry. He cried out, "You are a disobedient son. Why have you chosen this enemy of mine as your best friend? Don't you know that as long as he is alive, you can never be a king? Send for him, and have him brought to me, for he shall surely die." Saul was so mad that he threw his spear at his own son, Jonathan. The next day, Jonathan went out into the field with a little boy. He said to the boy, "Run out and be ready to find the arrows I shoot." As the boy was running, Jonathan shot arrows beyond him and called out, "The arrows are away beyond you. Run quickly and find them." The boy ran, found the arrows, and brought them to Jonathan. He gave the bow and arrows to the boy, saying to him, "Take them back to the city. I will stay here a while." As soon as the boy was out of sight, David came from his hiding place and ran to Jonathan. They fell into each other's arms and wept together, for David knew he must leave his home, wife, friends, and his father's house, and hide wherever he could from the hate of King Saul. Jonathan said to him, "Go in peace, for we have sworn together, saying, 'The Lord shall be between you and me, and between your children and my children forever.'" Then Jonathan went back to his father's place, and David began looking for a safe place to hide from Saul. And that was the word of the Lord. Now we come to our discussion questions. Number 1. What did Michal do to keep David safe from the king? What did Michal do to keep David safe from the king? Number 2. Why couldn't any of Saul's men take David? Again, why couldn't any of Saul's men take David? Number 3, why did Jonathan help David? Why did Jonathan help David? Number 4, what did he do for David? What did he do for David? And that was the end of our story. Thank you for listening and viewing. May God bless us all, and we'll see you soon. Bye now.